Dragon Age Veilguard reviews are in, and I'm going to be breaking that down, giving you guys a recap on what was said, what was talked about, and you're going to be watching a bunch of exclusive footage as well. And I have not personally played it, so everything you're hearing is straight from the reviews that we got in. There's a plenty of them to kind of dissect, and I'm kind of conflicted. If you guys saw my preview on this, I was excited about this game, and now I'm questioning a lot of things. So I'm gonna actually ask my viewers, when you get the game, if you are getting it, feel free to leave comments on what your experience is as you play or halfway through. You know, at least get halfway through and share them, because I'm going to wait for the players. And the reason for that is because there's specific reviews that really made me think twice. And if I didn't listen to any of those reviews, just watching the gameplay and information, the game looks like it's going to be fun, and it looks like it does have a good time. But let's just take a moment and just see what I'm talking about, and I'll just show you guys where it all started. So Metacritics, I don't really recommend relying on anybody's opinions, first of all, but these are some of their current reviews. So you have some really high level 90s and some 80s. Then you have some 60s and overall. And again, there's going to be more as I go. This is literally just when the reviews popped out. And we're going to discuss kind of like the lower level ones. But I did want to talk about some ones that I watched as well, whether they were from like top creators that you might know, and then some people that you might not know. Whether it's IGN, you have Skill Up, who doesn't recommend the game. And there's plenty of other people who say it's the best BioWare game ever before, from Eurogamer, which is the exact opposite of what Skill Up said. And this is kind of where the conversation is very interesting. I don't want to go through all of this, but I'm going to showcase gameplay. We're going to talk about some of these reviews, give you the rundown while you watch gameplay. You have to decide for yourself whether this game is for you. To be honest with you, I've never played a Dragon Age game. I'm going to be the last person you go to kind of compare that from other games. But this is the first one that I saw, and I said, hey, this looks interesting. I would love to try this out, because it's live action and you can really get in there and have some fun with the combat. And I thought, hey, that looks cool to me. And the thing is BioWare is well known for their story and being able to provide something awesome. And I think that's kind of what people play all of these games for. And some of the reviews, for example, Skill Up said that he does not feel like it was worth it. And he got into a lot of conversations about just feeling like after the first 10 hours, he was already done with the game, and he forced himself to play the 50 hours that it took to beat the whole thing. And that he felt like this was worse than the Anthem. And that made me very scared. The Anthem has its flaws, right? We're not going to get too deep into the Anthem's flaws, but yeah, that was kind of crazy to say. Felt like it was a disrespect to this game, because I feel like some of this stuff looks well designed, well thought out, and well put together. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? And now you can't consider every single YouTube video as evidence and proof and facts. These are all opinions, right? So depending on what your taste is, whether it's for story or for gameplay, you might not appreciate something as much as someone else will. So the exact opposite was said by Eurogamer and Game Rant. All right, Eurogamer was saying how this is their best ever. I'm talking about best ever BioWare game. When it comes to Dragon Age. And I think, you know, from my comment section on my preview video, Origins is one that people really love that I should try out to start off. And I don't know if they were just lying, but that's something that they recommended to me. Multiple people, basically couple, you know, a great handful of them. So is Eurogamer just exaggerating? Are they serious? We don't know. I mean, it's pretty intense to go from somebody giving it a very low score that it's the worst to somebody saying, for example, right here, Game Rant says that this game closes the chapter for the Dragon Age as a whole. One can't help but look more brightly at the future. They broke their curse. They're doing better than ever. And so this is interesting. And then right after that, you got Digital Trends with the 70. 70 sounds reasonable. It's not like exaggeratingly bad. It says that it returns to form. The RPG studio. Decade-long wait. Returning to form. Perfecting form. Still the same. And basically, it's not really doing much, is what they're saying here. And so I want to just talk about some of the impressions that I thought were interesting from all of these reviews and the conversations that's being had. There was a couple of key people who are the biggest in the industry who did not get a review. And then they pointed out that basically they're in touch with EA and with the studios working on this game. They might have even previewed it, but they felt like once they previewed it, they didn't like what they said, so they stopped communicating with them. And this is from F Extra Life, I believe his name is. And so that was something that someone quoted him from. And he has a video about basically there's reviews before the reviews came out explaining that he didn't get a copy and many others didn't get copies, top reviewers. And this is a problem, and I want to kind of address this for my community because actually I made a video previewing this, showcasing all the preview information just like I'm doing right now about the reviews. And I was excited. I said, hey man, I've never played Dragon Age. This looks exciting. It looks like it could be a great storyline and a great experience for me. I want to try this. It might be my first time ever. And I felt excited. And my comments were pretty rough. Like, hey, this game's trash and this and that. People were coming at me specifically. And I said, hey man, I don't care what you guys got to say. I'm going to play what I feel. But now seeing the reviews, hearing directly from these people, and then hearing the skepticism from the people who didn't get reviews, were trying to say, and I hate when people do this, trying to allegedly say that EA purposely only gave reviews to people that were going to give them good scores, which I don't think is like a legal thing that you can do. I think there is selectiveness in the industry. Like, you know, your favorite creators, you'll send them copies and stuff. And I just want to explain, like, for me, I'm pretty lucky, guys. I get to be independent. I don't have an agency that's managing me. I don't have affiliations where it's like, oh, I have to work for this company. It's just me as a creator. And if I ask for a review and I get lucky with one, good. Half the time I don't. I have to pay just like you guys. And so when I share my opinions, it's strictly to the games that I want to pay for. Not paying for 90% of the games. And so with this game, for example, the reviews have made it very clear that it's a mixed bag. I don't know how one person could say it's the best game they've ever made, and then the next person say it's their worst game they've ever made. And I can't take none of it serious. And this is why at the beginning of my video, I specifically said I need my viewers to be honest. After you play, I don't want to make you guys, you're reviewing the game for me. I'm sharing the review information, but I would love to hear your impressions if you do end up paying for it. I will not until, you know, a week after the game comes out. I want to hear all the players' reviews because, to be honest, I don't know what to expect anymore. And I mean this with all due respect. My peers who are content creators and journalists, you know, I love you guys, but I don't know who's who anymore. And people's tastes or mindsets is very different. And so an example with me, when I'm excited about a game, it doesn't matter what anybody says about it. It don't matter what nonsense is going on in the world. I'm going to enjoy that game because that's what I'm into. And so people will think, hey, this guy's fanboying over this game. Well, not really. It's just what I'm interested in. And so I do think that that happens in the industry where some people are like me, where they're like, hey, I'm really into this style of a game. I'm really interested into the world, the characters, or whatever it is. And I know how to do that for myself and enjoy myself. But that doesn't mean I enjoy a lot of games. I miss out on hundreds and hundreds of games. There's series that are considered the best series in the world that I've never tried. And this is one of them, for example, that never had an interest in. And now, even though I had excitement after watching these reviews, it's kind of killed off some of my excitement. And now I'm more cautious than I was before. I was all in before. And then these reviews kind of confused me because, you know, you got the amazing and then you got the really bad, supposedly. So who's right or who's wrong, right? Have to do more investigation. This is me wanting to give you guys that fair warning that there are mixed reviews. People totally on board with this, saying it's the best BioWare game, and then others saying this is the worst BioWare game. And so who do you rely on? Let me know in the comments with your thoughts. And for those people who were in my preview saying the game's going to be bad, hey man, congratulations, you got me, right? You're right, and I'm okay with that. Saving me the money, right? Like, if it ends up not being something I'm going to enjoy, then I'm glad I didn't pay for it yet. And I'm glad people made me cautious. I was waiting for reviews. You finally got the review. We hear you loud and clear. There's some caution here. And, you know, maybe some people will enjoy it and say, hey, man, you got to try this. You'll love it. You know, compare it to another game. Share that opinion on what you think it plays like or feels like. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this quick preview. I don't know what to call this. Preview of the reviews, a discussion. I'm honestly kind of baffled about this. I wasn't going to even make a review recap, but I just want to discuss it with the community and see what you guys have to say. Share your thoughts below. Help me understand what's going on out there with this game. And I appreciate y'all, man. See you in the next one. Peace.